And I have Retendo. Retendo, it's good to meet you again. How you doing today? I hope you're good. Retendo, okay. Emmanuel, it's good to have you guys around. Okay, so today, awesome. I can see the thumbs up. Okay, awesome. I love a very interactive session. I love a very, very interactive session. And I don't want you guys to just I don't want you guys to listen to me without having some level of interaction because at the end of the day, you want to go back. The things that we're going to discuss today are things that you can start to implement today, not tomorrow, not next week. I mean, it's late already, but you can actually start to do something today. All right. And that's where the interaction comes in. And that's what I want from you guys. And today we're going to be talking about something very interesting. Okay. Something exciting. And that is why most graduates in the US and in Canada, miss out on landing jobs. Okay. So you see, everywhere you go to, okay, everybody that finds themselves in a new country struggle to get a job. And that's the reason why they call it survival job. Okay, they have survival jobs that you do, pending the time you can navigate the job market in order for you to get a job. So survival job it's part of it. Okay, but you see, a lot of people get stuck on that survival job. Okay, I almost got stuck also, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be telling stories like this just to make it as interactive as possible. I almost got stuck on that survival job. And let me tell you the reason. Let me tell you the story of that a little bit before we jump into the session. So you see, by the time I relocated to Ireland, and I was working as a consultant back home in Nigeria. Okay, so I was earning close to at the time, I was going on 400K per month, take home and everything. So I was doing well. Okay, and I felt I was doing well. But I moved to Ireland, and I found out that the 400K I was earning every month was nothing. It was nothing. Okay, and now I was being paid at the time was 13 euros, about 13.7 euros per hour. So I was like, okay, so if I work more hours, okay, I will make significantly more that I was making in Nigeria. Okay. And that was even on 20 hours. I felt like if I worked more hours, like if I was doing the more hours I worked, the more money I'll be making. And that was the mindset I had. I just wanted to do well. I just wanted to do better than I was doing in Nigeria. So I was earning 400,000 naira per month in Nigeria. So outside the country now, I'm making like a million naira. So, okay, when I did the conversion, that was what was in my head. Okay. Now you see, the reason why you have conversations with people is so that you get enlightened. Okay. And I'm this kind of person. I would always ask questions. I would always want to find, the best way to always succeed. And as a Nigerian, as an African, all right, we didn't come out of the country to come bridge. Okay. So if there's a way to get a better salary, if there's a way to get a better pay, so if everybody was 13 point something euros, is that something I need to do to get like a 17 to like a 18 to like a 20 euro? Is there something I need to do to increase my per hour rate? So I was always talking to people that were in the warehouse at the time. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to, climb the ladder and all that? So I met somebody that had been there for a very long time. Okay. And the guy told me that it was currently, I think at the time it was about 5 euros more than myself. Okay. So, and when I did the calculation didn't make any sense. Okay. The reason I'm saying that is, I just started, I'm on 13 euros. You've been doing this hard labor job for the last 5 years, and you're just 5 euros more than myself. It didn't make sense. Like, so I think at that point in time, it became a deep realization that I cannot work and live. I can't. I mean, I would make a decent amount. It got to a time I was making about 1,000 euros per month per week, almost 1,000 euros, about 900. But I was working crazy hours. Like when I'm talking crazy hours, I was literally living in the warehouse. So from 12:01 in the afternoon, okay, I would work till like 12:01 in the morning. I would stay back in the warehouse to do cleaning. So you get paid extra for cleaning the warehouse. I'll stay back again to clean the warehouse. I work till like 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Get home like around 5. Okay, eat, then sleep like around 6, 7. And I'll repeat the same thing, 12 noon again, 12:01, I would go to the warehouse. So I was barely sleeping in the house. I was more in the warehouse, but I was just doing slightly more. Okay, I was just doing about a 900 to 1,000 euros per week. All right, which was very good compared to where I was coming from in Nigeria. Okay, and that's what most people think. That's where people get stuck on to say that I'm making way more money working in Nigeria than I was in Nigeria. The competition is not yourself in Nigeria. The competition is about you. Can you do significantly better than that platform where you are? So you see, a lot of graduates, come with an hope that they can get a job. They fail for like a couple of months, and they feel like the only thing they can do is to resort to menial jobs or what we call survivor jobs in the US and Canada, and they get stuck on it. So today we're going to be talking about how you can escape from that lifestyle. You might not be a menial job, it might not be a survival job, but it might just be a job that doesn't pay as much as you want it to pay. And in order for you to climb the ladder, in order for you to get to the point where your the career path pays significantly, how do you make this move? How do you make this transition from a customer service role, okay, to working in cybersecurity? How do you move from your current your banking role, for example, you're working as a financial advisor, all right, in Canada or in the US? How do you move from a financial advisor role to a business analyst, for example, that works remotely? How do you make this pivot? Those are the things we're going to be talking about in today's session. So if you're interested in today's session, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Let me see if you're here with me. If you're here with me, give me a thumbs up, guys. Please. I want Ginger. Okay, Abimbola. Okay, awesome. Okay. Face it. Okay, face it. Don't worry. Just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Some people are raising up their hands. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. So let's go straight into the session. So today's session is going to be talking about why most graduates, okay, miss out on landing jobs, okay, in the US. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay. So the session is just going to be about an hour. I'll keep it very quick and short so that the goal at the end of the day is for you to find out how you can get a job. How do you get a job at the end of the day? All these conversations we're talking about, why do people miss it out? We just want to tell you how you can get a job. Okay, so how did Efemena move from warehouse to getting a job working in the tech space? Those are the kind of things we're going to talk about. Okay, all right. So I'm pretty sure some of you are hearing about Amdari for the first time. You've never heard of Amdari before. What is Amdari? What do we do? To keep it very short, Amdari is solving a very key problem professionals anywhere in the world will face. So, take for example, I worked as a data analyst and I want to move into data science. I don't have any experience working in data science. So, it means that I need to go do something to figure out how to get into data science. So you're a customer service. How do you move from customer service to becoming a project manager? You need experience in order for you to move from that career. So if you go for any interview, they're likely going to ask you the question, where and how did you solve a problem as a project manager? And if you don't have that experience, people don't get you hired. You don't get hired based on certificates, based on programs, based on courses that you've taken. You don't get hired based off that. So you see, the key thing here is we're solving that main problem, that main pain point, which is experience. Where do you get relatable experience from that you can use in getting a job? So you need a job today. Where do you get the experience to help you get this job? That's exactly what we do. So we'll provide you with well curated projects that simulate real business challenges and helps you understand how to do the job. And you can use those experiences on your CV or your LinkedIn. You can talk about it during your interviews. You're free to do that. Now we can offer, career services across data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity. So we have business analysis, project managers, DevOps, we have product design, and so on and so forth. So if you fall into this category, you are in the right place. Okay. And we have some certain guarantees for you, okay, that works 100%. Now, before we jump into the session, okay, I would like to set the tone for the meeting for our session today to tell you that the things we're going to talk about works 100%, works 100% of the time. Now you see Pedro is a cybersecurity analyst. Okay, had moved to the UK. Okay, and couldn't get a job. All right, couldn't get a job, and eventually joined Amdari, and eventually was able to get one after the program. Now, he currently works as an operational technology security specialist. Okay. And he said some things, he said some things, and I want you to capture it before we jump into why people don't get jobs and what you need to do to get a job. I want you to just listen to Pedro for like a few seconds, just about a minute, 30 seconds. All right. And I want you to I want you to take some points from this conversation. So I'm going to click on the link. So this link, you would have access to the links also. All you need to do is fill the attendance. So you see my colleague will be dropping the link to the attendance so you can, get the materials on the recording of today's session. All right. So all you need to do is just check out the what do you call it, fill the attendance, and you get access to the recording, to everything. Okay.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes. Role.
Yeah. Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah,
all right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important, and it contributed to me landing this new role.
Amazing. All right. And this is just one amongst so many other people I want to share with you today. All right. This is just one amongst so many other people that I'm gonna be sharing with you today. But the key thing here is highlights. All right. No tech experience, like it was in some type of job, some type of job, and I wanted to move from that job to getting a job. All right, another job, like a specialist role, which is something in cybersecurity. And trying to do yourself, okay, would be meaning that you are trying to figure out things yourself. All right. So you trying to figure out things yourself. It's not bad. Honestly, it's not too bad. It's not bad. I did the same thing. When I relocated, I tried to figure out things myself, and I will tell you, it's a brutal stage, in the sense that you get rejections email, you don't know why you're getting rejected. There's nobody that's telling you what you need to change, what you need to update, and so on and so forth. So you see, trying to do it yourself, it's not bad. It's just going to take you so long to get there. All right, and that's exactly what Pedro realized, and he said, "Okay, do you know what? Let's take a chance with Amdari," and eventually, he was able to get a job in the career path in the sector that he wants, and that's exactly what we get to offer for you. So you see, experience is that thing that helps you, that opens the door for you. All right, experience is that thing that opens the door for you, and I'm gonna break it down for you to get so you get to understand specifically why experience is the stuff that gets it done for you. And this is Judith also. So Judith also went through our program and eventually also got a job working as a data analyst. Okay, so she went through the work experience program with us at Amdari, and thereafter got a job as a data analyst with renewable parts. And these are things that people never felt they could do. Relocated to a new country, okay, and looking for a job like every other person, and you're once you're outside the country, you feel like you're just on your own. There's nobody that tells you what to do, how to go about it. You just keep failing, and you don't know why you're failing. All right, but you see, people like yourself are getting it sorted out. People like yourself can get it sorted out. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. So to keep it very short and straight to the point, there are four things I'm going to discuss, okay, which is why most graduates in the US miss out on landing jobs. And we're going to discuss how you can fix that in a couple of weeks. How to become a tech professional and get a job. The only reason why you want to learn tech today is to get a better job, to get a better offer. So what are the things that you need to do today that guarantees that you get a job? Okay? And what do we want to guarantee you? Okay, number three is Amdari's work experience internship. With the school start, I would explain everything, like how it works and all the information that you need. And last but not the least, we have a special offer for you. We have a special offer for you. So if you wait to the end of the session, we have a special offer. We're going to be guaranteeing you some certain things that you want, that you need, especially from any form of platform that provides you with this kind of experience. All right. So these are the four things we're going to focus on for today's session. Now, who is this person speaking to you? My name is Efemena Ikpro. I'm the co-founder to Amdari and other platforms. And across my platforms, or the platforms I have co-founded, I have helped over 2,500 professionals globally transition into the tech space. So I myself transitioned into the tech space. I worked as a management consultant back in Lagos, Nigeria, relocated and also struggled to get a job. Eventually, I was able to get a job. I pivoted into data, then pivoted into data science, pivoted into data engineering. So my experience has majorly been in the data space, all right? But I've helped people literally across different career paths to get jobs, cybersecurity, project management, business analysis, so on and so forth. So you see, that's my experience. So I've worked in leadership positions across companies in the UK, in Ireland, and in the US also. All right. Currently, I do more of data AI contracting. So I work with businesses in the UK, US, and Canada to provide solutions, okay, AI-driven solutions or data-driven solutions to their businesses, and that's what I do at the moment. All right. So and that's it. I currently reside in Canada. Okay. So I'm currently in Calgary, in Canada. So I want to know where you guys are joining me from today. Let me see. So just put in your location, just the country specific location. So if you're in the US, you're in US. If you're in Canada, you're in Canada. I would like to know where you guys are joining me from today. Is this for US people or I'm from Canada? It's not just, it's Canada and the US. Don't worry, it's a combined session. Don't worry, over here we're not separating, okay? Trump might have separated us, but we're still together. Okay, someone's in Delaware. Okay, awesome. Yes. Any other person? Let me see. We have more people. Edmonton. Oh, fantastic. Beautiful. Edmonton. Some people will say it's Edmonton. Some people are just relocated will say it's Edmonton. All right. We have someone from Toronto. They'll say it's Toronto. They don't call it Toronto. Okay, Toronto. Okay, we have Niagara. Okay. All right. Also, we have quite a number of Canadians in here. Canada, we have US. It's even good I'm asking this question because I just presumed most people will be in the US. Okay, so it's even better. I prepare for Canada and the US, so it doesn't matter. So, but this is good. Actually, so I saw Niagara, but I thought it was Nigeria. So I was like, oh, is it in Nigeria, Canada? All right, US also. Awesome. So you see, that's my experience. That's the person that's going to speak with you. So like I have pivoted 3 times, in different countries in the world, from Ireland to the UK, from UK to Canada. I have pivoted several times. So, and I'm trying to get a job across different regions. And honestly, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right. So, and I'll explain to you. I'll tell you the reason why it's the same thing, and I'll tell you why people are missing out. Okay. So you see, it's the same thing in the sense that if you're looking at becoming let's say, business analyst or a data analyst or a cybersecurity analyst, the technologies in Nigeria. So if you're looking at cybersecurity, Splunk in Nigeria is the same Splunk in Canada. It's the same Splunk in the US. There's no difference. It's the same technology. All right. If you're in project management, Jira in Nigeria or in Ghana, it's the same Jira that you find in Canada and the US. It's the same. There's no difference. Okay. So why is it that people learn Jira or use Jira in Nigeria or even learned how to use Jira in Nigeria and they relocate and they find it difficult to get a job? It's the same technology. It doesn't change. So why is it difficult for people to get a job? Why? Why is it so difficult? I'll tell you now. Why do graduates in the US and in Canada find it difficult to get a proper job? Why is it so difficult? Let's explore it. So you see, the statistics is currently around 80%. About 80% of graduates find it difficult to get a job. You know, graduates or professionals that relocate immigrants in a new country, about 80% of them find it difficult to get a job. All right. And the situation sits around number one, a lot of us will go and focus on certificate programs. Oh, I'm in Canada now, so I need to go get a certificate program to show that I have I have experience, you know, I have experience to getting a job. So you get certificate, you go look for all the certificate program. I was speaking to somebody recently, and the lady told me that she had to go do a course. I'm in Calgary, so the lady also is in Calgary. That she did a course and she paid almost 10,000 Canadian dollars. It's a diploma program. And I was like, why did you spend $10,000 Canadian dollars on another program? And she was like, oh, she was desperate. She needed the job. I'm like, the certificate program that you just did, it's not going to guarantee you get a job. So you just literally blew out $10,000 out of desperation. But people don't know. People feel like the more certificates and the more programs that they have, the more they are going to get a job, the more likely they will get a job. But that's not the case. That's absolutely not the case. Employers don't look at your degrees and certificate. What they look at is your experience. Is your experience. And I use the same analogy every single time. Okay, so I bring it on for you. You need to sew a suit. You need to see you need to sew a suit. You have a corporate event you're going to, and you need to sew a suit. Okay, and you have two tailors. One tailor says that, okay, I don't know how to sew a suit, but I went to fashion school. If you give me a chance, I graduated as one of the top graduates from the school. So I'm the best person in the fashion school. All right. So if you give me a chance, I will not disappoint you. Now the second tailor is telling you that, okay, I do the person didn't even mention anything that has to do with the school or certificate or anything. The person sends you pictures of different suits that they've made for male, for female, for children, for adults, for older people, for big people, for small people, for every type of, because you can see the variation of design that the person has done. You don't care about the person's certificate. The person doesn't send you a proof. Then you go ahead and say that, please, where did you do your fashion school? Can you send me your certificate in order for you to give the person a job? No. The taxi drivers that you enter, you book a ride on Uber, okay? You enter the car. Do you ask for, can I see your driver's license? Can I see your driving certificate to back up your driving, this drive that you want to drive me from point A to point B? Let me see your certificate. Do you ask? No, you don't. But do you trust the person? The idea is the person has gone on 500 trips, okay, and the person is still with Uber. It means that the person is experienced. Do you ask for the person? Where did you drive your driving school? Where did you learn how to drive? You never ask those questions, okay? So why is it when you want to get a job that you now feel out of nowhere certificate is going to give you the upper end? It's going to give you that upper end. It's going to give you it's going to give you that leverage that you're looking for. Why do you feel that degree and certificate program is going to give you an edge over somebody that has experience? It's not. It's never going to give you. It's never going to give you any form of leverage in the job market. You need experience. Now that's the first thing, because I did the same thing. All right, I was over depending on my degrees and certificates in order for me to get a job, and I struggled to get a job. Eventually, I started tweaking my experiences, and that's what got me my job. Okay. The next thing is downplaying past work experience. So I told you, the moment I stopped using my degrees and certificates, I started leveraging my past experience. I started talking about my past experience. Yes, there were a little bit of tweaks when I was speaking about it, but I leveraged my past experience. So you're coming from a teacher perspective. You're a teacher, and you want to become a project manager, for example. You need to talk about how you handled projects, or how you would have handled projects as a teacher, okay, when you're working as a teacher, how you would have handled project or how you handled projects. Okay, so as a teacher, there were there's no way you want to say that there were not certain things that you did, all right, where you led certain initiative. Okay, if you did not lead any initiative, we're going to make up scenarios where in a situation, if you are the one, if you are being the person that led this project, what would you have done? That's exactly what we talk about downplaying the past experience. So teachers, nurses, or wherever you're coming from, customer service, you need to see how you can revamp your past experience. Okay? You need to talk about how you can revamp your past experience so you can leverage it. It's not useless. You're a teacher before, it's not useless. You worked in the education sector. Okay? You can talk about that and you can talk more about how you leverage those skills in that past experience. And that's what I did in my own time. I just started working about, working, leveraging my past experience. But these are the reasons why people don't get jobs outside the country. They focus, they feel like where they're coming from, the experience is not valid enough for them to get a job. Now, the next thing is US/Canada work experience. Like I said, and that's why I started the session by leading with the tools and technologies you have in Canada is the same thing across the world. It doesn't change, it's the same thing. Power BI in Nigeria is the same Power BI in Canada. It's not different. It's not different. Okay? Jira, Trello, Splunk, Wireshark, all the technologies that you use today for your job, it's the same thing across the world. So what exactly do you need? Okay? What exactly do you need to get a job? All right? So you see, US and Canada work experience are just facade. You see, when people have missed out on opportunities so much in the past, okay, when people have missed out on so much opportunities in the past, what do? All right, what do? They rationalize. You start to rationalize. You apply for 50 jobs, 40 of them ghosted you. Okay, they don't even send you any response. The remaining 10, what happens? They tell you, they send you a rejection email. So there's no way you will not start when you see that volume of what they call it, rejection emails. Okay, what happens next is you start to rationalize. Okay, you start to rationalize. What's the reason why I didn't get a job? You honestly will not feel like it's you. You'll feel like it's the environment. You start to rationalize it's because there is no US on my CV. There is no Canada on my CV. That's the reason why I'm getting rejected. All right. So the next thing is lack of focus. All right. The next thing is lack of focus. So today you're learning project management. A friend of yours got a job as a business analyst. You drop everything in project management and you go to learn business analysis because you feel it is easier for you to get a job. The next 2 days, another friend of yours got a job as a financial advisor. Be like that, now financial advisor I won't go do. You go learn financial advisor again. All right. 2 weeks later, another friend of yours got a job as a product designer. You're going there to learn product design because you feel it's easier for you to get a job. Lack of focus. So you see, you spend a month learning project management. In 2 weeks' time again, you saw another person that got another job. You spend another 1 month. You see, that 1 month you're using to jump from one place to the other. 2 months here, 1 month here, 5 months here. At the end of the day, you see that 10 years has gone and you've not really made any effort. All right. And your visa is running out. Okay. So lack of focus is one of the major things that holds people back from getting the job. The next thing is poor CV and LinkedIn format and structures. So you see, a lot of people today are applying for jobs with the hope that they would, when the recruiter reads their CV, they will get an interview. There's a hope. You're hoping that when they read your CV, that's when you get an interview. It doesn't work that way. So poor LinkedIn and CV format is one of the major reasons why so much people get rejections. Okay, so that poor CV and LinkedIn format is one of the major reasons why you are at a disadvantage. Okay, so you need to learn how to optimize your CV. Now the next thing is poor interviewing skills. Okay, and nobody really blames themselves for this one because nobody really teaches you how to interview. Nobody teaches you. You don't go to school, and there's no course in university that teaches you how to interview. So you see, when you go to an interview and you do so well, you felt you have done so well, and at the end of the day, you still get the rejection email, and you're wondering, how did you miss out on that opportunity? Yourself and the recruiter, you guys were vibing. You had a good vibe with the person. And at the end of the day, I still got a rejection email. So you see, it got me to realize that there are certain things you say during an interview. Take for example, if I should ask you, let's introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. You should expect that question in any interview you go to. So how do you introduce yourself? Do you have an elevator pitch that introduces yourself? Or do you go there and wing it? Oh, my name is Efemena Ikpro. I have 10 years of experience working in the sector. You see, when I started my career as a data analyst, then after that, I moved to become a senior business analyst. Then you start to narrate all your experiences. You have failed already. 100% you have failed. Okay? So you see, that tell me about yourself is not to just tell them about yourself. They tell me about yourself is not for you to go there and tell them about yourself. It's for you to impress them. Okay? It's for you to go there and impress and tell them why they need to hire you from the beginning. So tell me about yourself. It's not just to introduce yourself. I love to eat yam. Hot yam. You see, when I eat yam and egg in the morning, I will sleep for 2 hours before I or I must not see jollof rice. Okay. They're not asking for those kind of, that's not when they say tell me about yourself. That's not what they mean. Okay. They're asking you strategically. Now, are you positioned to be the right person for this role? Introduce yourself. Tell us about you. Let's get to meet you. Your introduction, your elevator pitch should be tailored specifically to that role. You should not have one tell me about yourself that you use for every role that you go to. So you see, a lot of immigrants, a lot of graduates who come into the country find it difficult to get a job, even land some interviews and find out that they cannot convert those interviews into a full-time job. And that's exactly why they are stuck. Okay? And nobody teaches you this. Okay, thankfully, Amdari is, shedding more light to this. All right. And the last but not the least is no relevant work experience. No relevant work experience. If you want to sew a suit, and somebody tells you, oh, I know how to sew a native. I know how to sew a native attire. You don't give someone that knows how to sew a suit. Okay, someone that knows how to sew a native attire, okay, a suit to go sew. No. Somebody that knows how to make a shoe, you don't give the person a suit to go and sew. No. Someone that knows how to sew, that knows how to repair a laptop, you can't give the person tailoring gigs. It doesn't work that way. The experience are not related. So you see, when you carry your banking experience in Ghana, okay, and you bring it to Canada, and you want to use that your banking experience to get a job in FMCG, it doesn't work that way. It's not going to work. Okay? Or you want to bring your banking experience from Nigeria and you want it to use it to get a job, okay, working with, a credit facility business here in Canada. It's not it for that. It's not the same. You worked in branch operations where you're collecting money, but these guys are looking at credit. Banking operations and credit, they're two separate things. Okay? You can't use that experience to get a job. It's impossible. Or you're applying for a job, okay? And on your CV, you have customer service, but you're applying for cybersecurity role. Give me a chance. I've taken certificate programs. Just give me a chance. I'll come in to impress you. Nobody will give you a chance. So you see, these are just some of the pressing issues that people face and why they've not gotten a job. So over-reliance on degrees and certificates is number one. That's by far the one that breaks the camel back every single time. If you talk to 10 immigrants, or I'm taking a course, or I'm taking a certificate program, or I'm doing this, it doesn't work. It doesn't help you. It doesn't move the needle. Downplaying a past experience. Oh, you're coming from Ghana, you feel like it's not necessary. That experience is not valid in this country. It's 100% valid. Use it. You just need to learn how to revamp it. Canada and US, Canada experience, it's a gimmick, okay? A gimmick in the sense that the tools, the technologies, the framework, agile in Nigeria is the same agile in Canada, is the same agile in the US. It doesn't change. Okay, the framework for data analytics, for example, CRISP-DM, cross industry standard process for data mining, is the same thing. Is a global standard. Okay, ISO 27001 is the same thing in all the jurisdiction in the world. Okay, NIST framework is the same thing. It doesn't change. So when you see Canadian experience or US experience, what are they looking for? It's the question you need to ask. Basically, in that your experience, have you done something similar before? That's what they're asking you. But because everybody comes with the mindset of, I am coming from my home country, I used to work in this particular, please give me a chance. That's what the idea is. Okay. And that's why you see a lot of people say they did US, Canada experience. It's just a facade. But let's move on. 3 questions you need to answer today. There are 3 questions you need to answer today. And you need to be truthful to yourself. Now, the 3 questions are, what skills do you have? I was speaking to somebody a couple of years ago, and the guy was telling me was a project or program coordinator or something like that in back home in Nigeria. I was like, okay, working as a program coordinator, what were you doing? He said, Baba, I get things done. I get things done. And I was like, what do you mean you get things done? What tools, what software, what frameworks were you working with? It was not like nothing like that. Like he used Excel a little bit, but not significantly like that. But if there are things that needs to get done in the office, he's the one that they call to get it done. So I was like, okay. So what skills do you have? And like this is just a program coordinator. I've spoken to people in the banking sector, for example. I've spoken to people coming from different sectors, and you find out that working in Nigeria, okay, I worked in Nigeria too. And I can tell you, when I came out of the country, I was asking myself, what skills do I have? What technologies do I know how to use? And that was the puzzling question for me back then. Okay. So you see, you need to ask yourself, what skills do you have? You want to go into project management, what skills do you have? Okay. The next thing is, do you have experience? All right, so you have skills. Okay, fantastic, beautiful. You know how to use this technology, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, and you personally will know the extent to which you know how to use these tools. All right. So if you say you know how to use Excel, to what extent? Can you build a report? Can you do analysis? Can you do forecasting? If you can't do more than the average person, even more than the beginner level person, then you don't know how to use those tools. Okay. Do you have experience? Is another posing question you need to ask yourself. If you don't have experience, all right. The next thing is, can you sell yourself? Can you go to an interview and talk about your experiences and sell your experiences? So if these 3 questions, honest questions you need to ask yourself. Do you have the skill? Do you have the skills? Do you have experience? And can you sell yourself? So you see, a lot of people think they can sell themselves. Okay, that's interviews. Okay, you go for the interviews and you can sell yourself during an interview. And I'll tell you that for every time you go for an interview and I ask you 3, 4 questions, I would know if you have the skills and if you have experience. Okay, let me just give you something to learn. Okay, so if you go for an interview and they ask you 5 questions, okay, they're going to ask you 5 questions. Please ensure you use 5 distinct experiences for those 5 questions. So if you go for an interview and they ask you, do you know how to work with difficult stakeholders? Use one experience. If they ask you the second question, use a different experience. If they ask you 7 questions, try to use 7 distinct experiences. So the moment you start to use, you see that experience I talked about, the first one I talked about, yes, and that experience, I also, yes, I used it in that experience. They ask you another question. You see the second experience I shared with you. And that second experience, I did the same thing. You are reusing experience during the interview. Number 1 fallback. Number one red flag. You don't have experience 100%. They ask you 5 questions. You use 3 experience to explain 5 questions. You don't have experience clearly. Okay. And that's one of the tricks that you use. Okay. So when next time you're going for an interview, ensure you prepare at least 6, 7 experiences before you go for that interview. If you're here with me, give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Okay. Okay, Ikuku is asking a very, very good question. What about someone who has never worked before and just diving into this? Beautiful. It's a beautiful question. And I'm going to answer that question. Okay. Don't worry. I don't want to deviate too much, but it's very easy. Okay. Awesome. I can see just two thumbs up. Where are the rest of the guys? Are you guys sleeping? Are you guys sleeping? I hope you guys are not sleeping, sure. Okay. So these are the three questions you need to ask yourself. Okay. All right. If a man help me, okay, help me, help me. Please, I need more information about these questions. I need more information about this question. So, what I would say you should do today, and I'd say this to every session I try to have. I tell people that they need to do this, and I'll do this in like 5 minutes. Okay, so you know exactly what people are looking for. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna go on my browser. Okay, I'm gonna go on my browser. Just give me a second. I'm going to open this browser. We'll create a new tab and bring this here. All right. So for this particular task, I want you to create a blank document. A blank document. All right. A blank document. Okay. And I'm going, let me just use my other browser. Let me use my other browser. So it's easier for me to work around it. I'm going to come back to this in a few seconds. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to create a blank document. Blank document. All right, I'm going to go on LinkedIn, for example, to look for jobs. I'm going to look for jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, so blank document, and that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to my feed. I'm going to look for a job. Okay, so for the guys in the US, I don't know what jobs you guys are looking for, but let's just take a project manager, for example. Since I'm talking project management, I could also try cybersecurity. Maybe if we have enough time after the session, I'll try cybersecurity. I'm going to look at United States. Okay. So if you're in Canada, okay, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Just search for your own country. That's it. Okay. So now you have project managers. You have project manager. I'm just going to put it in the last 24 hours. So I'm ensuring that what we're dealing with is within the last 24 hours. There's so much jobs in the UK, in the US, 2,000 plus. That's massive. So 2004 plus project manager roles. That's interesting. All right. So you see, there are quite a number of project manager roles. So what we're gonna do now, okay, is copy and paste. So you see, this one was posted 7 hours ago. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy everything. So about this job, I'll copy from the start to the end. Okay, to the end. I'll copy everything. So copy. I'll get that in a blank document and I'll paste it there. All right. So the next thing again, I'll take another job, let's say this senior project manager role. I'll take again about this job and I'll copy and paste it. Okay, copy and paste. So I'll do it for about 6 jobs. Okay, this is a remote project manager. It doesn't matter. I'll copy it too. All right. So copy. That's a copy. Then come to that blank document and paste. So I've done about 3 jobs at the moment. We'll do another one. This is copy a group. Okay. I'll copy everything again. Copy everything from top to bottom. It doesn't matter. I'll come here and paste it. Okay. Now come here again. I'll do this when you're doing this here. Implementation manager, that's a good role. But let's just take something out. Let's just say project management, call project management. So I'll just copy this again, copy again. Okay, come to that blank document, paste it. So I'll do this for as many jobs as possible. So if you're looking at getting a job and you've been struggling to get a job, this will give you what? Perspective. This will give you all the perspective that you need on what you need to get in a job in the field. And let's take a look at this. Copy. So I'll just do about 6. Okay, 6 is enough for this session. Okay, but when you're doing yours, I would want you to spend more time. Do about 20, 30 if possible. Get as much as you can. All right, and paste it on a blank document. Now go search for Jason Davis word cloud. Okay, word cloud. Jason Davis word cloud. That's what we're looking for. So you see the word cloud generator. Click on that. Okay, that's what you're looking for. We're looking for a word cloud generator. Okay. So over here, where you have orientation, okay, I'm going to change it to 0. Okay, I'm going to change it to 0 and press enter. Over here also, I'll change it to 60. I will put 0 there and press enter. Now, this number of words, okay, I'm going to change it to 100 words. So top 100 words is what I want to focus on. Okay, so now that blank document, the blank document where I have all this information, I'm going to Control A, select everything, Control A, select everything from top to bottom, from top all the way to the last row. So 6 rows I have here. I'm going to copy them and I'll go back to my word cloud generator, click inside, select everything in here, okay, delete everything in there. Now the copied job description, the what you copied from here, all right, come to the word cloud and paste it there, okay, and click on go. Okay, click on go. Now with this, you would see now this we focused on project management and we focused on the top 100 roles. Okay, we focused on the top 100 roles. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to reduce it. Let's focus on the top 100 roles. Now you'll find out that if you do this for your own career, it will tell you the keywords that showcases that comes up the most. Okay, the keywords, that's what I want you to do with more roles. So if you have more time, do for like 20, 30, 40, 50 roles. Okay, it will give you, it will show you exactly the more roles you get, the more you're likely going to get. So you see, what can you see here? All right, you can see what's required budget. So budget-based experience, anything that has to do with budgeting, you need that experience as a project manager. Okay, now the next thing is also processes. Okay, documentation. All right, skills, management. All right, but you see another thing is going to pop out for you. All right, which is you see you need experience. So you don't see any among 6 roles, for example, you don't see anywhere they say PMP or bachelor's. At least you should say bachelor's degree, or project management, the education. You should say education here. For just 6 roles, you can't see education, you can't see certification, you can't see PMP, you can't see what they call that one, Prince 2. You can't see any of these things. So why do people go chasing the wrong things? It's a question. Do it by yourself. Don't say if Efemena did this and it's mago. Do you understand? Or it's it's back. It's not straightforward. Do this by yourself and see what it comes out. See what comes out at the end of the day. All right, and that's exactly what you need to do. You see that experience is going to be in your face 100% of the time, and that's because people hire experience. People don't hire talent. People hire talent that have experience. The way you would want to fix, you would want to get things done, and you would look for somebody that has experience. You'll be going helter skelter to look for someone that has experience in this particular thing. That's exactly what these guys are looking for too. So you see, no matter the level of certificates and degrees that you go to chase and get, it's not going to work for. It's not going to work. Okay. So you see, try out that Jason Davids, and you see how it works for you. So the number one issue with your job search today for most graduates, okay, or most people in the US and in Canada, the number one issue, drum roll, the number one issue is you. The number one issue in your job search is you, 100%. And it's not you in a bad way, like you're the one jeopardizing your own destiny or your own job search. But it's just like you don't know that what you're doing is wrong. It's as simple as that. You just don't know what you're doing is wrong. So when recruiters read your CV, okay, they will know that I can do the job. So most people approach job application from their own point of view. I feel like when I get a certificate, they will know I can do the job. I feel like when I get this degree, okay, it will open more doors for me. It doesn't. When they read my CV, they will know I can do the job. You are always assuming everything is from your own perspective, from your own your own point of view, okay? And it's wrong. And that's why we're having the session today to discuss this, to shed more light into it. So now, what most people think is when they see a job application and they see online and they like the job application, what do? They apply. They just, oh, I see a role I like this role and I'm going to apply for it. Okay. So please, if you need access to this recording of today's session, fill the attendance so you can get access to the recording. So you see, this is currently, you see a job that you like, you go ahead to apply for it. And the notion is that when the recruiter reads my CV, they will make a decision. It doesn't work that way. There's no recruiter that has the time to read your CV. And that's because for the average number of applications per job application is about 250. So if you see a job online today, you just find out that on average, that recruiter will get 250 applications on average. So it could be more, sometimes it could be less. Okay. So you see, somebody say, where is the attendance? So you see the link there. Amdari Growth is sending a link, a form. So just please fill the form. That's all. Okay. So you see, for every job that you see out there, a recruiter is getting 250 plus applications. So the key question there is, when do you think they have the time to read your CV? Nobody has your time. Nobody has that time to read your CV. Okay. Nobody has your time to read that CV. So let me show you what really works. Okay. So when you see a job and you apply for the job, okay, there is a system in play to weed out bad applications. There is a system in play to weed out bad application, and that system is called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Okay, applicant tracking system. Basically, it's a searching for keywords. Okay, keywords. It is looking at the format and your structure of your CV, and it's looking at chronology. I would explain chronology in a second. But let me tell you a story a little bit. When I relocated, also, I was applying for jobs, and then at the time when you apply for a job, you get your rejection email almost immediately. All right, almost immediately. You apply in like 5 minutes, you're getting a rejection email, and you're always wondering, like, why I can't be that bad. Okay, I can't be that bad that you're like the entire thing that I have on my CV is just irrelevant to the role. That you're sending me a rejection email about 2 to 5, 10 minutes. You're sending me a rejection email almost immediately. All right. So I think there's a regulation out there now that forbids company to send it out as soon as possible. I think that's part of GDPR and so on and so forth. So there's a lag. All right. So now I think it's about 12 hours. Sometimes it's 24 hours. Sometimes it's just a bit more. So you apply and you feel like somebody read your CV. Okay. It gives you the feeling that somebody read your CV. They took time to consider your CV and you're getting it at a later time. So before it used to be fast, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you're getting rejection email. But now they've increased it to hours to give you the illusion that somebody read your CV. No, nobody's reading your CV. They've just added a time lag. Okay, time to send email, okay, T plus 12 hours. So basically, they've added more hours to the time you get a rejection email. So you feel like somebody read your CV or they really considered your CV, all right, before they sent you the rejection email. But basically, the ATS, the applicant tracking software, is looking at three things: keywords on your CV, formatting and structure, and chronology. Chronology. So the best way for me to explain chronology is by using my pen. Okay, it's the only way I can explain it to you that you understand. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pen and I'm gonna share you something. I'm gonna write on the screen now. Just give me a second. Let me get my pen. Okay. 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 So let's take a look at this. I'm gonna just clean this up. Sorry. Blah, 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 eraser. All right. So let me just get pen. Let me use a pen here. All right. When you're looking at chronology, all right. When you're looking at chronology, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes when you're tailoring your CV by yourself. When you tailor your CV for yourself. So you see, let's talk about, let's say a role is hiring for a cybersecurity analyst, role. And they say you need to have, let's say, 3 years of experience, okay, working with Splunk, okay? Splunk is one of the tools they use for log analysis and all that. Okay, so 3 years of experience working with Splunk. You see, a lot of people will just come to their tools, okay, tools and technology, okay, and they'll just feel like, okay, since they say they're looking for Splunk, okay, I'm just going to add Splunk. I'll remove one of the ones I have there before, and I'm going to put Splunk, and I will just Control S, save, and apply. It doesn't work that way. This is where chronology comes in. That's where chronology comes in. Now, the maximum years of experience chronology will give you in ATS, the maximum it will give you is 6 months. The maximum you can ever get from adding the technology to your tools and technology to your tool section of your CV, the maximum years of experience you can get is 6 months. Max, ridiculously. And I'm guessing it's going to be lesser now in new ATS applications. All right. But now let's show you how chronology works. This keyword, Splunk, is a keyword. It's going to search every aspect of your CV, the format and the structure, and it's going to be looking for where you have Splunk on your CV. Now, in your experience, okay, okay, let's say you worked with Amdari, okay, and in that your experience, you mentioned Splunk, okay, you use Splunk to do XYZ. You use Splunk to do XYZ, all right, and achieved XYZ. Now, how many years did you work with Amdari? Let's say you worked with Amdari for 1 year plus. Let's say 2025, okay, till date. Okay, so let's just say about 1 year. Let's say 1 year. Okay, 8 years would afford you 1 year, 6 months. So you have 6 months here, you have 1 year, so you have 1 year, 6 months. Okay, so far. It's going to go down your experience again. Let's say you worked with let's say you worked with which company is that? Let me just look for one company around me. You worked with HP, okay? I'm using HP laptop, okay? And you use Splunk again. You mentioned Splunk there again, and now you're with HP from 2023, okay, to 2025, okay? So let's say about 2 years. Okay, so that's basically 2 years that you mentioned. You to look at the technology, to look for the keywords, and apportion the years of experience you have here. That's 2 years plus this 1 year. That's 3 years. Then 3 years and 6 months. So now you have 3 years and 6 months, and that's where you get considered. So you see, tailoring your CV is not as just straight jackets. Let me just add the keywords here and there on my CV. It has to appear in strategic locations to get you what you're looking for. So you see, tailoring your CV doesn't just mean that I'm just going to add some, I'm just going to add some certain keywords to my CV and that's fine now. It doesn't work that way. All right. So you see, once the ATS reviews your CV, it's either you get a yes or a no. If you get a no, it means you're getting another rejection email. And if you get a yes, it means the recruiter will then read your CV. You see, no recruiter just goes ahead to read your CV from there. No. The ATS will look at it for keyword structure and chronology, and then it's either you get a yes or a no. No, rejection email. Yes would forward to the HR to say that this person has passed my checks. You can go ahead to review the CV. Now, the HR person also is busy as humans. I mean, our attention span is fried. So you see, how many seconds does it take a recruiter? Not minutes. How many seconds does it take a recruiter to scan your CV? 6 to 7 seconds. It's usually less than 10 seconds. So what do you think the HR recruiter is looking for in 10 seconds or within 6 to 7 seconds? What do you think you're looking at? Do you have a certificate? Do you have a degree? Do you have how many programs have you attended? No, nobody's. The guy is looking for experience. What did you see? It's just scanning your CV for the key technologies, the key frameworks, the key tools. So once they can scan and they can see those things also by themselves, they probably will not take time to read your CV. So if you have that presumption that somebody's going to read your CV, you're just wasting your time. So let's say you have a Benz, okay? And I love this. This drives it home every single time. Let's say you have a Benz, okay? You have a Benz and you want to fix your Benz and you met up with 3 mechanics. Now you have Michael, you have Susan, and you have Tayo. Michael has experience fixing Toyota, Lexus, and Honda. Okay? So Michael is well experienced fixing any type of Toyota, any type of Lexus, and any type of Honda. Remember, you have a Benz. Would you give Michael the chance to refix your Benz for you? You will be, I mean, if no matter how pleasant Michael wants to be, you would always have the doubt. Okay? Now, you now met another person, Susan. Now, Susan has experience working with Mazda, Hyundai, Kia, and BMW. More experience, more cars. Mazda, Hyundai, I think Hyundai or a Hyundai. Nigeria will say it's a Hyundai. Okay, whatever how you want to pronounce it, it's fine. So Kia and BMW. Okay, now does that give you more confidence in Susan? No, you won't give Susan your car because it's a Benz. Like, I've just worked a Benz before. So you don't make Tayo. Tayo has experience working with BMW, Toyota, Kia, and Benz. The moment you hear a Benz, you know how to fix a Benz. There's a peace that comes with it. There's a relaxation that comes with it. So you've worked a Benz before. It means that you can work with my car then. If I give you my car, you have that confidence that the person will be able to fix your car. That's the same thing when you're applying for a job. It's the same way you treat a mechanic, is the same way they will treat you too when you're looking for a job. You don't care where all these people learned how to do mechanic. You don't ask for that certificate. Can you send it to me? Attach it, and you go and verify it from where they learned. You don't do all that. The job market today, it doesn't do the same thing. It doesn't do the same thing. All right. So you see, those are the kind of things that brings it home for you. Oh, cool, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for that. So you see, it brings it home for you to let you know that the job market is not certificates driven. It's not degrees driven. It's experience. You need experience. I know all of us will be wondering now, where do I get this experience? Where do I get? Don't worry. All right. So you see, from this now you can start to guess the reason why quite a number of immigrants, quite a number of graduates outside the country find it difficult to get a job because of all the things that we've spoken about so far today. So you see, and that's what has given us success. So you see, Francis went through our program, and eventually got a job with Deloitte. Currently works as a project manager with Deloitte. Experience. Now, Francis was not doing a project management job before. He wasn't working as a project manager before. What was Francis doing? If you take a look at this, if you take a look at his LinkedIn profile, you see he was working as a QA. QA is quality assurance with Sister Foods. Okay? So you see, how did you move from quality assurance to getting a job as a project manager with Deloitte? I mean, don't take it for myself. When you feed the attendance, you can click here to listen to Francis. If you have enough time at the end of the session, I will play the recording for you. You listen to Francis, how he was able to get a job, how he was able to go through his interviews and so on and so forth. All right? So next thing also, Okoyemi also the same thing. Okoyemi actually graduated distinctions in the masters. But guess what? Okoyemi found it very difficult to get in the job. Okay, went through the Amdari work experience program, data analytics, and currently she got a job as a data analyst. Okay, and that's the same thing with every other person. You can see the message here reads, okay, Dora got a job as a compliance analyst in the UK. So you see, good morning, Amina. With the way you revamped my CV, I got a job offer of £50,000 yesterday. Okay, that's just from CV review. So you see, Larry got a job working as a business analyst in the UK. Fisayo got a job as a data scientist working in the UK. You see, these are actual people that have gone through the program that have gotten jobs. Vivian got 3 job offers. And if you read the message there, you see it here. Hi, Efemena. I trust you're doing great. I come with delightful news. I interviewed with three companies and was made offers by all three companies: PwC, Asset Rich Consultant, and Bank Julius Baer. Okay. I am sticking with Bank Julius Baer as a data and business analyst. The pay is great and it comes with great benefits. Three job offers. So you see, these are the kind of things that we do in order for you to get a job. So now let's cut to the chase. What do you need to get a job? Okay. What do you need to get a job? Let's cut it today. Okay. So I know it's evening, based on where you are joining from. It's going to be about 9 o'clock now. So let's focus on how you can get a job. Okay. So what I tell most people, focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. It's as simple as that. Focus. That key word there, focus, is the most powerful statement that you need to focus, like you need to have at the back of your mind. Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. Now, what you have there is skills, experience, careers, job. Skills, career, experience, job. Okay, just lies out there. You're the only one who I hear saying experience is what you need. Okay, okay, awesome. All right, so skills, experience, and careers. Okay, those are the key things that you need to have at the back of your mind. Now, there's this document, and I want you guys to fill the form. Please fill that in, and so you can read it. You can check these things out yourself. There's something we call the Future of Jobs Report. Okay, and it's a document. It's a 290-page document. All right, it's a 290-page document that talks about the future of jobs. Okay, future of jobs. It came out last year, but it's still very relevant. Okay, it's a 290-page document. If you fill the attendance form, you get the link to this document and you can read it yourself. Okay, but I've summarized it for us. Okay, so we don't take too much time. So choosing an in-demand career path, a career path that will guarantee that you get a job. Okay, you learn today, you focus, and you know without a doubt you can get a job. So what's the next thing you're going to do? Okay, the career path that you're going to focus on: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC, which is cybersecurity. Okay, SOC analyst, GRC analyst, ethical hacking and penetration testing. We have DevOps, we have product design, we have cloud and application security. These are career paths that once you go gain experience in, there's a huge chance that you're going to get a job because it's always going to be there. And now, don't take our word for it. This is coming from the World Economic Forum. They created this document. And essentially, in this document, you have career paths that are going to grow. So if you look at the document, you see career paths that are going to grow, okay, and career paths that are going to decline. So over here, you see it here. You have architects and surveyors. No, it's not Amdari that is saying this way. This is World Economic Forum. So if you have any issue, you can send them an email. Okay. You see compliance officers. Okay. Financial and investment advisors. I mean, there's so much AI tools today that you get the drift already. Relationship managers. Okay. Sales representatives. Okay. And you see quite a number of roles that are going to decline. All right, over there. Now, career paths that are going to continue to grow. Okay, career paths that are going to continue to grow. Let's focus on that. So you see, you have roles in here. You have the role of a big data specialist. Okay, big data specialist. You have the role of a data warehousing specialist. You have the role of a data engineer, clearly written out. You have database and network professionals. So you see, that's one career path. That's data engineering, long story short. You also have AI and machine learning specialists. You have security management specialists, that's cybersecurity. You have data analysts and data scientists, clearly written out. You have information security analyst, cybersecurity. All right, let's keep going. You have, organizational development specialist. You see this, digital and transformation specialist. You would see process automation specialist. All these falls into the career path of a business analyst. Okay. You see DevOps clearly written out. DevOps engineer clearly written out. Okay. All right. let's move on to the next page, and you see other career paths in there. So you see business intelligence analyst, you would see database architect, that's basically a data engineer. Project managers, you see project manager. Now, project manager doesn't mean that you have. I mean, we did that. We did the analysis, and you saw that experience is the main thing. So all your Prince 2, all your PMP, all the certification you're looking at getting, it's just wasting time. You're wasting time. All right. So you see, you have sales and marketing professional. That's data analytics. It's data. So it's not just I know sales. It's not just about sales. Okay. It's about how do you use numbers to improve your sales metrics. All right. So supply chain and logistics. Most of my experiences in supply chain is data. Okay. It's data analytics. All right. So you also have management and organization analyst. And that's exactly what you have in there. All right. So you see, career paths are going to, you can go through that guarantees that you get a job. That's exactly what you have there today. Okay. So you see, take your time to read that document and you find out that you might actually be in a career path that is just impacting your job search. Okay. So if you're men, how can Amdari help me get a job? Long story short, if I want to get a job today, how can Amdari help me get a job? So in today's job market, brutal job market in the US and in Canada, okay, there are three things you need to get a job. In today's job market, there are three things you need to get a job, and that is learn, package, and apply. You need to learn, you need to package, and you need to apply. Okay, and how does Amdari help you? Very simple. We are a one-stop shop platform. Okay, so what we do, we help you learn. Now, learning is not in the normal conventional way of learning. Okay, so not like you're going to go to class and they'll start to teach you A for apple, B for ball, D for cat. Oh, sorry, see me, I'm hungry. C for cat, D for dog. Okay, all right. So you see, learn. Learn here basically is talking about the fact that you are going to work on a project. You're going to work on projects. Okay, you're going to work on projects. Now, this project, as you're working on the project, you are also going to be learning. As you're working on the project, you are also going to be learning. So that's basically what we mean by learn. So when you see the keyword here, learn, it basically means you're going to be assigned a project, and these projects that you're working on the project, you'll be learning. So take for example, you've never done anything in cybersecurity before. Okay, you've only learned, you've gotten some certificates and all that, and you're looking to gain an experience in cybersecurity. You can come in here. We assign you a project. Okay, assign you a specialist. You work alongside with your specialist, and then somebody's holding your hand as you're going through the project. So rather than you going to start learn what is cybersecurity, how to define reconnaissance, how to define vulnerabilities, nobody's defining anything for you. So you're learning through the project. There's a project and you learn via that experience. So you're building your experience and you're also learning as you're doing it. And I'll show you basically how it works, okay, in a few minutes. Now, packaging is the most important thing, okay? Packaging is the most important thing. And here in packaging, we have employability services, where we talk about CV review and CV revamp. Okay, CV review and CV revamp. We have LinkedIn optimization. We have mentorship. Okay, so we have sessions where we come in. And the good thing also is you get to learn from people that have gotten jobs, not just us. Okay, people that have gone through Amdari and they've been able to get a job. They will come back to hold your hands and guide you through what you need to do to get your own job. All right. Interview preparation, that's another thing. And we have job reference and on-the-job support. Job reference and on-the-job support. I mean, everything that you need. So revamp your CV, we'll do it for you. LinkedIn optimization, we are going to do it for you. Mentorship and coaching, we are going to do it for you. Interview preparation, we'll prepare you for interviews. We're going to do that. So literally everything that you need in one place. That's what we refer to it as one-stop shop platform. Okay. Now this is the juiciest part. This is another juicy part, the application. And this is where we talked about applying for jobs. We talk about tailoring your CV for a job position. Now, let me just quickly show you. We have currently a partnership with CV Matchly AI. Okay, CV Matchly AI. So I'm going to show you real quick. Okay, how it works, so you know exactly what we're talking about. So take for example, I want to apply for this job. For example, I want to, I'm interested in applying for this IT project. Okay, not like that, accepting applications. So let's look for something else. All right, this project manager role. Okay, it's remote. Okay, it was posted 12 hours ago. Over 100 people have already clicked and apply. And you see, I want to apply for this role, for example. So I have to tailor my resume for this role. We have CV Matchly AI. Now with CV Matchly AI, you see here in the job description, okay, it has copied the job description. So you don't need to copy it by yourself. So what most people do today is, oh, I'll go and copy it and put it on ChatGPT. ChatGPT will now upload my CV, and you don't need to go through the hassle. On average, when we did the calculation, it takes a normal person, a novice, about almost 40 minutes, over 40 minutes to create, using ChatGPT to create your CV. But now that particular process has been improved to less than 20 seconds. Okay, and I'll show you. Now, looking at it, it has scraped the job description. So you see it here, job about the job. Okay, job title, project manager, remote, engagement, hourly contract. So you see everything has been copied already. So now all you need to do is upload your CV. Okay, so click there, click on upload your CV. And once you upload it one time, you don't need to upload it every time. It stores by itself. So upload your CV, click on analyze, and it will analyze your CV to the job description. So over here now, you see there's 48%. It's giving me a 48%. 48%. Basically telling me that it's not a good match. It's not a good match at all. So you see, matched keyword, project planning, organization, communication skills, remote, data analysis, and problem solving. These are the keywords that matched, okay? But you see quite a number of keywords are missing. Okay, project management, risk management, AI research, stakeholder coordination, project lifecycle management, independent contractor. These roles are there. These keywords are not missing. So what do? I'll click on optimize, and I'll click on generate optimized CV. So what this does for me again, Word, take a look at my CV, take a look at the job description, take a look at the keywords that are missing, and it will help me revamp my CV. So I'm going to take it from a 48% to over a 90%. And that's exactly what it has done for me in 20 seconds. So the one that you want to do, ChatGPT kindly analyze the CV below and itemize it. None of that anymore. So this does the work for you. And Amdari has a partnership with CV Matchly that if you join, you get free access to CV Matchly. You're not paying extra, you're not doing anything. You get free access to CV Matchly. You can download the optimized CV and you see it here. Accomplished project manager specialist with over 10 years of experience driving complex cross-functional initiative in data analytics, AI, and technology-driven environment. Expert in project lifecycle management. You see, project lifecycle is one of the major things. That was a major keyword. Okay, and if you read through the experiences, you'll find out that these certain keywords would appear because they need those experiences. So that's exactly what you get from this. So we have this partnership with CV Matchly AI that gives you the experience that you need in terms of job application, help you with your job application, and so on and so forth. All right. So that's how we help you. Okay. We help you with learning. So you get to work on projects and you get to learn as you're working on this project. Okay, to give you the experience that you require. We help you with packaging. So your CV, LinkedIn, mentorship, interview preparation, how to navigate the job market, where to apply, how to apply, all those things would help you with that. And also we have the partnership with CV Matchly AI, where you can also apply, use in your job application search. Okay, so we have a course starting next month, the 7th of February. Okay. And if you're looking at getting started, this is the best platform that you need. Okay, so you see, we have quite a number of people that have worked with us. Okay, this is Martha. Martha was able to get a job. You can see I landed a senior project management role 2 months after I signed up with Amdari. So you see that it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems impossible. Now you find out will I be able to do it? There's something we call analysis paralysis, where you overanalyze situations and you don't even make any decision at the end of the day. Do I want to eat? Is it time for me to eat? Am I eating now? What would I eat? I don't feel like you analyze until 7 hours. You've not still eaten. All right. So that's exactly what we call analysis paralysis. Make a decision. So you see the people that were sharing their testimonials today they made a decision to start. Okay. So Judith also got a job as a data analyst after working with us as a data analytics consultant, going through the internship. Okay. Betty also the same thing. You see, she worked with Amdari, in the work experience program. Eventually, she was able to get a job working as a IT business manager slash project manager. We also have Anita. Anita got a job as a senior business analyst after completing the training, after completing the internship. So you see, these people are people that never felt they would be able to get it. But you see, taking a bold step of saying, okay, Amdari offers this service, I'm going to take a chance with them. And essentially, that's where they are today. So you can listen to these people. If you fill the attendance, you're going to get the material. You will be able to click on these links. These are links. So if I click on this now, it will take me to this page where you can listen to Anita. Okay. And you get to hear Anita's story of how she was able to move from, from how she was able to get a job. Long story short. All right. All right. So we have the code started on the 7th of February. Okay. And the discount is only for the first 20 people. Okay. The discount is only available for the first 20 people. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say you should start as soon as possible. So the internship is supposed to be $600, but we are currently running a 30% discount. So it takes it from 600 to 530. All right. And that's exactly what you are going to be working with. All right. And I'm going to share that with you now. The key guarantee here for us, okay, the key guarantee here for us, and I'm pretty sure this is what most people will be looking out for. So a lot of people will be concerned like, okay, if I make my payments and I get started and in the duration, so it's a 4 months work experience program, it's for 4 months. So in that 4 months duration, if I don't get a job, what happens? What about if I don't get a job in that 4 months? What's gonna happen? So what we guarantee you is that you have lifetime support. Okay, you have a lifetime support, lifetime support. So a lifetime support, career support, in a sense that in every aspect of your job search, once you're registered, all right, we continue to provide you support until you get a job. Don't you guys think is that not amazing? Lifetime career support, and it comes at no extra cost. It comes at no extra cost. Lifetime career support. So we're going to work with you till you feel confident in your experience, till you get more interviews, till you now secure your job. We'll continue to work with you until you get your job offer. That's exactly what you do for you. So that's our guarantee. So if you're looking at getting started in data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, product design, DevOps, SOC, that's SOC analyst, cybersecurity analyst, ethical hacking and penetration testing, governance, risk and compliance, or cloud and application security, you have a guarantee. And the guarantee that we're giving you today is that we'll work with you until you get a job. And that's our guarantee for you. So if you're looking at getting started, it's as simple as you clicking the button. So you're clicking the link to my colleagues are putting here. So you see it here. So if you click on the link, it's going to take you directly to the page. So for people that are just getting started for the first time, or you're seeing us for the first time, and you don't have an account, okay, you need to, let me just walk you through that so you know exactly what to do. All right, so all you need to do is go to your browser and search for Amdari, okay? Amdari, okay? So you search for Amdari, click on the first link that you see, okay? And then you see internship program. Internship program, you see internship program, okay? So click on internship program, okay? Apply for internship. You see, click here, apply for internship, all right? And then any of the programs that you have here, any one of them, if you're interested in, let's say, business analysis or data analytics, okay, you can click on that. Okay, you can get more information about the programs, some of the specialists that you can get to work with. All right, they're all there. Okay, they're all there. So you see all the people are there. Okay, and what you want to do next is click on apply now. Click on apply now. And now once you click on apply now, you see it takes you straight to a sign up page. Okay, so for this you need to click on sign up to create an account. So you don't have an account. Okay, so just click on sign up to create an account, fill in the right information, and create an account. It takes less than 10 seconds. It takes less than 10 seconds for you to get started. All right. And then once you create an account, okay, it takes you straight to the page that I'm going to show you now. Okay. So it takes you straight to the page where you can make your payment. Okay. Apply for internship. Click on apply for data analytics internship. Okay. Click on that. All right. Apply now. All right. So you see, once you click on apply, once you create an account, your 30% discount will be applied. And then you can either start in February or you can start in March. Either you start in February or you start in March. Any one of them works. Okay. So if you're looking at starting in February, start on the 7th of February. We have it on the 6th year just because we have some things that we need you to do before the program starts. So there's some onboarding checks that you need to go through. All right, that's why it's starting on the 6th of February. Yeah. All right, but yeah, it starts live class, the first interaction, first live session you're going to be having is on Saturday. All right. Now you can see it here, currency is in pounds. So I'm going to change it to USD. Okay. So you see it here, USD. So you can see if you're paying in USD, you can see you can pay the full installment 476. So you're getting more discounts if you're doing a one-time payment. But if you don't, you don't have $476 today to make payment, that's fine. You can do a 3 monthly installment or a 2 monthly installment. So a 3 monthly installment, I'm going to click on apply. So all you need to do in this page is to click the cohort you want and also click on the monthly installment that you want and click on apply discount. You click on that and you see £530, 3 monthly installment. All you need to pay is 177 US dollars to get started today. $177 to get started. You do that for the remaining period. So now your next payment is, you see next payment is on the 3rd of March, 3rd of March 2026. I can change the date from that 3rd of March. Okay, I can change it to any time else. Okay, I can change it to the 6th. I can change it to even end of the month, depending on what I'm looking at, and everything will change to the end of the month. Okay, so or anytime you want. Okay, and that's basically what you're looking at. So once you have that, okay, click on I can confirm my information is correct, and I have read the terms and condition, and click on pay now. So once you click on pay now, it takes you straight to the payment page where you can go ahead to make your payment. So you see in US dollars, it is $176. That's 177.8. Okay. So in Canadian dollars, it's $249. Even in Canada, that's about $249. That's about 250 actually, about $250 Canadian dollars. And in US, that's about 176 US dollars. So those are the things that you need to have at the back of your mind. Okay. So if you're looking at getting started, guys, okay, we're providing you with all you need, everything you need. And that's the reason why we call it the one-stop shop platform that provides you with everything that you need in order for you to get a job into this job market. Everything you need. So everything in one place. So let me show you the platform. So once you've made your payment and you finish your payment, you get access to the platform immediately. You get access to Amdari's internship. You can click on internship and you'll see the internship. Now, let's take a look at, what program are people interested in. I have business analysis and I have the November cohort in here. All right. So let's take a look at what the program looks like, the internship program looks like. Okay. So I'm going to click on internship program and I'm going to click on view project. Okay. I'm going to click on view project. And you see, we have the guys in November cohort. These guys are started in November. Okay. So you see here, we have digital patient engagement and care management platform optimization. We have predictive analytics for retail sales optimization. We also have integrating a centralized customer feedback system for Pacific Horizons. So I can click on view project, okay, and you see more about the information about the project in here. So you see here, let's take a look at this. We have business challenge. All right, so what's the major challenge the business is facing? Despite its strong reputation, Pacific Horizon has been struggling to aggregate, analyze, and act upon customer feedback efficiently. Feedback is currently collected from in-person conversations at reception, post-stay email surveys, public review platforms like TripAdvisor, Google, and Booking.com, social media mention, and direct messages. Basically, it's fragmented. There's so many fragments, okay, from in-person conversations, surveys, to third-party applications, to social media. So what's the major challenge? Fragmented feedback channels, delayed action. So as a business analyst in this organization, what do you need to do? All right. What are your key objectives? What are the project objectives? Integrate all feedback channels, implement automated sentiment analysis, create department specific reports, establish SLA based response protocols, and enable predictive insights. Okay. So let's take a look at what you do. So this project is for 3 weeks. Okay. This project is for 3 weeks. So I'm going to click on view task. Okay. And I'm going to show you what you need to do. So you see for this project now, from the start, week one, you see a project kickoff and introduction. Okay, so every project you're going to do, you're going to start off with project kickoff and introduction. Okay, so now once you finish that, you also have gap analysis. For gap analysis, let's talk about that. You analyze the differences between current practices and design goals and desired goals to identify process inefficiencies and data silos. Now, compare current feedback workflow to industry standards, identify root causes of inefficiency and customer dissatisfaction, document at least 5 major gaps and challenges in the current system. So these are the things you're going to work on. So you use this to build your experience that, okay, when you go for an interview, you can easily talk about how when you're working with Amdari as a business analyst, okay, while you're working with Amdari as a business analyst, these were the things that you did. Okay. We worked with we worked with a telecommunication business, or we worked with an hotel service business. We worked with this, we worked with that. These are the things that you can get, you can work on when you can talk about when you go for an interview. So you get that experience, and as you're working on this, it's live classes. You have live interactions with the facilitator. So you can easily come to class. You can easily sessions are recorded. So even if you miss a session, you would have access to the recording of these sessions. All right. So you have this is Joan. So Joan is a very experienced business analyst. Okay, that would walk you through the project, what you need to do, how you need to attend, how do you need to do it, how you need to solve the problem, so on and so forth. All right. I'm just looking for a more practical session so you can get to see what they did in class. So you see from documentation to conversations around what you need to do. So you see the project brief, tax breakdown, assessment, everything is there for you to know, even all the way to some analysis, some project analysis frameworks. Okay. You see everything is stated in there. So all this have been done to get you to learn and build experience. So it's not just a random project. Okay. You will get to work on this project and also get to learn from the project itself. So that's essentially what you're getting from the from the internship. So I'll take a few questions, okay, and I'll come back. I'll answer people's questions. So like I said, the discount is not open to everybody. It's just for the first 20 people. If you're looking at working with us, we'll work with you until you get a job. That's the guarantee we're giving to you. We'll continue to work with you until you get, even after the 4 months, and this comes at no extra cost. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. I can't seem to be able to register. Why? It could be manual. Okay, so all you need to do is just create an account. It's as simple as that. You need to verify your email. That's the only thing you need to do. So if I come here now, for example, I put in my information, okay, and I put in Efemena, okay, at Amdari. Okay, so if I come here and I just Okay. Password, I'm probably just gonna put in. Okay. So I'm just gonna just show you. Okay. Okay. So I read the terms and condition. I create an account. Okay. So okay. I'm just gonna create one and just see. Okay. Okay. This number. Let me just take it out so that it doesn't affect me. Okay. Just put my key number. And I take key number. So you could just put your number. All right. So once you put that in there, you just create an account. So you need your number has to be correct. Every information here has to be correct. So once you click on this, you click on create an account. It will send you an email. Okay. So I'm just gonna check my email to see the email that you received. Let's give it a second. I'm going to search for it. So if you don't receive it, you might check your spam. It might actually come into your spam. So you just ensure that you check, your email box. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna search on Dari. Okay, and let's see. Okay. So once you get that confirmation, all you need to just put in the information there. Okay. So all you need to do is put in the information. I'm going to just get the refresh my email again. Once you refresh your email, that's basically the case. So just ensure that you have all the information there, and you're good to go. Okay, you're good to go. All right. So once you fill in all the right information, you will be good to go, 100%. All right. So let's move on to. Is there any other question in the chat? Let me see. What if I'm not financially ready today? I mean, yes, the discount is going to be running till let's say next week, sometimes next week. Okay, depending if we're able to get if people eventually get to commit, in which most times we get more than 20 people to commit. So even though we're looking at making your payments now, you can always start next month or a month after that. Okay, you guys sent me an email, but I still can't go in. I'm not sure why that is, Emmanuel. I'm not sure. Okay. Emmanuel, I think so. I'll get somebody, one of the team members, to reach out to you to see how that works. So, um, Jennifer, is there a way you can get Emmanuel's name down? I'm going to send your name down to a member. A team member will reach out to you. Okay, Emmanuel. What would the classes? What would the class commence for these days in the UK? The same time, 7th. Okay, on the 7th of February, it's going to start the same time for the guys in the UK. All right, so even in the UK, the time is still the same classes commence at the same time. All right, I can't seem to be able to register. I think I answered a question. This is my first time I feel someone can hear me, even though I have not said anything. Ophelia, okay, I get you 100%. Yeah, so I get you. Is there any future for business analysis? 100%. All right. So depending on where you are, even in the US, even in Canada, those are like high roles, high value roles that will continue to be in high demand. So you have nothing to worry about. Okay. So let me see if there's any other thing. So like I said, guys, the discount is available for people that are willing to get started with us. So, I mean, it's one thing for us to say you need experience to get in the job. It's another thing for us to say that we'll continue to work with you until you get a job. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. Do you understand what I mean? We're going to continue to work with you until you get a job. So that's exactly the commitment that we're giving to ourselves. The goal is very simple, like I said. When we started Amdari, the goal is has always been there to see how we can help you get a job faster. Okay, so even the 4 months duration, we're going to work with you aggressively, follow up, and I mean, you'll be the one to tell us that, oh, Efemena, it seems like you guys are doing too much. Okay. So it's better for us to do too much than also us not to do anything. Because the goal is very simple. Can we pay in installments? Yes, 100%. That's what I was showing you earlier. Okay. So if you come to the platform, okay, you search for Amdari, okay, you go to Amdari's website, okay. I'm just going to go back a bit so I can show you. So depending on the career path that you are interested in, say you're interested in data engineering, you click on apply now, you create an account. You see, you can pay in 3 installments. So you don't have to pay everything at once. You can pay in 3 installments. So that's the benefit. Honestly, you can pay one-time payment. Obviously, you get extra discount. Okay, you get an extra discount. 2 installments, you don't get an extra discount. You just get USD 730. And in 3 installments, you get a full like 530 US dollars. So you can pay in 3 installments. So once you click on apply discount, you would see the breakdown. All you need to pay is $177 monthly for the next 3 months. So yes, there's a discount payment. Okay, Remy Joseph, we have monthly installments. Long story short, all right. So it's, I mean, it's not enough, but it's not even up to anything. Especially if you're in Canada, $177 or two something, $250 is less than the cost of your night out for the month. So what you're investing now is just in your future. A platform that will sit down with you, work with you, and carve out a way where you get a job. And that's essentially what we do. I sent you a text on okay, WhatsApp. Okay, awesome, Emmanuel. That would be beautiful. So that's the growth, and we'll work with you to get what you're looking for. All right. So the goal is very simple. Is Amdari work experience wholly accepted in the UK workspace? The UK work system usually looks out for where work experience is coming from. We are registered in the UK, so we're registered in the UK. So if you go ahead, we're registered in Canada also. I'm based in Canada, so we operate out of Canada. Same thing, we have the same thing for the guys in the US. Okay, so if you're in the UK and you're wondering, just come to Company House UK. Okay, come to Company House UK. This is the government website, gov.uk. Accept all cookies. Find company information. All right, click on Start Now and search for Amdari. So if you're wondering if we're registered in the UK, this is the fastest way you can use to check. All right, so Amdari Limited, this is Amdari Limited, and you see all the information that we have. Our registered office address, company type, you see when we registered, and you see accounts in there. Nature of the business, information technology consultant services, activities. We have management consultancy activities other than financial management, and we have educational support services. So you see, everything is in there. So we're registered in the UK, and that's why, I mean, we're doing great stuff for the guys in the UK also. Same thing in Canada, same thing in the US, and that's basically the thing. So we guarantee work reference. Okay, our work reference is registered in the UK. For the guys in the US and Canada, it's the same thing. We have our business domicile in these regions that will provide you with work reference. So that's why we can guarantee that you continue to get work reference even after years after you finish. Now that you're my coach, I still would love to learn and use these your graphic tools. It's PowerPoint. I didn't use anything. It's normal PowerPoint I used. But anyways, yeah, it's part of the things that you are going to also learn from the program itself. You learn how to use, PowerPoint. You get how to use AI to create very stunning visuals, very stunning, what do you call it, presentations. So that's no problem. We'll teach you all that. Okay. So it's part of the package. You have nothing to worry about. Okay. So it's a work experience program that covers majority of the things that you need. Okay, great. I'll be ready for the February batch. Awesome, Emmanuel. Awesome, awesome. We have to Emmanuel. We have Emmanuel. We have to Emmanuel in the house. God is with us. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. God is with us. All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. This is what we're going to draw the curtains today. It's been a very wonderful time speaking with you all. I know it's late, depending on where you're joining from. If you're in what do you call it, Eastern time, this is about what? This is about almost 10 o'clock, I guess. 2 hours ahead. That's 9:45. Okay. For the guys in MST Mountain Standard Time in Calgary, it's 7:45. We still have the day ahead of us. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for joining our session today. I had a wonderful time, and I'm pretty sure you had a wonderful time also. Please ensure that you secure your space. All right. For us to guarantee you something, it means that there's a lot. It's a lot, a lot. It's a lot for us also. And that's exactly what we are willing to risk for you to get your job. So a lot of people are in that space where they need to analyze so many things. This guy, will I get a job? Will I do this one? Will I do that one? Will they do that? And there's so many things running through your mind. And that's the reason why we made it easy for you today to make a decision, but guarantee you a lifetime support. So is it that, oh, I'm busy at work, I've not been able to, as long as you follow the things that we say you should do, all right, you do all the things that we want you to do, you attend your lectures, you work on your projects, you do your presentations, and you do all the things, you might actually get a job within the 4 months. Okay, very likelihood. You get access to CV Matching that helps you to tailor your CV. Everything is prepared for you. So you need a community that literally holds your hand and guides you through how to get a job. That's exactly what we do. All right, a big thank you to Efemena. 2 years ago, I paid 6 times what I paid. I'm not ready. I am not ready now, but I need this. Absolutely, Ophelia. Absolutely. But we're bringing it to everybody. The more people we have, the more applicants in the tech space for us, the better for us. So that's exactly what we're going to do for you. So on that note, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much. Do have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful weekend also. Happy Sunday, guys. Bye for now. Thank you.